Hey entrepreneurs, it's AJ and welcome back to Business as Unusual, practical motivation during uncertain times. Today's topic is how to receive feedback. Now there's a lot of information out there on how to give feedback, but there is very little out there to actually help you take on board the feedback that people want to give you, right? Especially if you ask for it. So I wanted to shoot this video to share this topic with you because it's really fresh in my mind. And that's because you'll notice that I haven't produced videos all week, and there's a reason for that. So, long story medium, a few months ago I discovered that the events industry has really been decimated. There are no live events anymore because of the crisis, and as a result, it's been just blown up, right? And it's been really interesting. So, for those of you following me, you'll know my mindset, the entrepreneurial mindset. And one of the principles of that is that, look, no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what's happening in the economy, somewhere, somehow, someone is always making money. And I always think, well, why can't that be me, right? So I refuse to subscribe to the belief that everything's dead. And so I was looking for opportunities, like what could I do to actually continue my business while everything else is shut down? And so I found the right opportunity, and then I've been scrambling madly for the last few weeks to put together my new virtual offering. Right now, a lot of people are just going online, which means traditionally a webinar, and that involves slides and webcam, right? That's it. That's a webinar. So I wanted to bring something new, something different, really challenge myself and produce something amazing out there that most other people can't do. And so I've been working hard to build up the technology, work on my space, work on my content. I created an entirely new presentation, and and I choreograph stuff because now I've got multiple cameras and multiple things I need to do. So I choreograph actions and movements and everything to make this an amazing experience. And so I did a couple of gigs over the last couple of weeks, and it was great. The feedback was amazing. And then I wanted to take it further. And I discovered that the way I'm doing it, utilizing technology, there's a slight delay in the things I use. So I thought, you know what? I wonder if there's something better out there. So I actually coded up a piece of technology to help me really take it to the next level and minimize delays. So it's so exciting. And on the weekend, I caught up with my boys. I got them to do a test for me. So these are the guys I grew up with. They're my best friends. They're all doctors. I'm the dumb one, right? So we tested the new software, and oh my God, it was phenomenal. And they were so excited and so happy for me. So I've had all this positivity and amazingness, and I know the value I can bring to the market. And yeah, it's time to go to market. So on Monday, I reached out to a couple of speaker bureaus, and I got some interesting feedback. And the feedback was basically I built this virtual speaker page on my website, and they looked at that and they saw whiteboards in my clip, and it was just the title slide. It was just the title slide. They saw whiteboards, and the feedback was, well, AJ, it looks amateur. You should be using slides. And I said, well, I do use slides. I use whiteboards. I use a whole bunch of things to maintain engagement because that is what people want. They don't want to be bored for an hour. They want engagement. But none of that mattered. It didn't matter what I could deliver. It was just what they saw on that page, and that was it. So that was really hard to take. That was really hard to take, and it was really rough. And that wasn't the end of it. So again, I got some more feedback from someone else, and that wasn't good either. But again, that wasn't the end of it. I had the opportunity to reach out and have a conversation with a speaker bureau, someone who's phenomenal, and I wanted to show her what I could deliver. And 10 minutes before that call, all this amazing technology that I built collapsed. It just collapsed and stopped working. Like, it was a complete and utter disaster. So I have spent the entire week rebuilding my mindset, rebuilding my technology, and now I've got a much stronger value proposition to go. And so I wanted to share with you, again, this whole thing about feedback. And look, a lot of people out there ask for feedback under the guise of they don't actually want feedback. They just want to show off something, but they're too scared to say they're showing off, so they ask for feedback. And I'm not like that. If I want feedback, I ask for it. But the thing is, I don't ask for it often because there are too many people out there that I've discovered over my career that if they get in my head, it really messes with me. And I'll tell you a story about one of them in a second. But yeah, so the first thing that you need to do, well, out of all of this, right, there's 2 points I really want you to take away. One, find someone in your circles who challenges you, really takes your thinking to new levels and isn't just a yes person. Go, oh my God, this is so amazing. You're going to do amazing. Find someone who says, yeah, look, it's good, but have you thought about this? And that was the reason why this feedback, when it came back to me, it hit so hard, because for the last few weeks, everyone has been telling me how good I am, so no one's challenged me. No one's actually put the brake on me, so it was really sobering. And I use that term, literally, it really sobered me up to the reality is that this is how I'm perceived, and so that's the first thing. Have someone who challenges you. Second thing is, when someone gives you feedback, assuming you've asked for it, right? Try and look beyond what they're actually saying into what they actually mean. So the person that gave me feedback, or that seeing whiteboards were amateurish, well, they don't actually want to destroy me. None of the people I ask for feedback actually want to see me upset or hurt or anything like that. They genuinely want me to succeed, right? So with that in mind, I really need to look at what do they actually mean? What do they actually mean? And how do I make it meaningful to me on my terms? Because I don't follow the crowd. I'm not that sort of person to follow the crowd. I never have and never will be, right? So I need to make it make sense to me. And so I looked at it again through fresh eyes and fresh perspective, and I thought, okay, right, this is what that means. It does look amateurish. If that's what they want, I'll give them something polished. So I redid the video and it looks amazing. And look, I'm so grateful to the people that actually contacted me and spoke to me about this, because it was great. All right. So yeah, it was interesting. The other feedback I got was, I must wear a tie. No ties for me. But so again, find someone who challenges you, and two, look at what people mean, not what they say, and look at the message behind it, and it'll make you better in whatever you want to do. And again, really understand why they say what they're saying, and understand their perspective, and make it meaningful to you. Okay, so that's so important. All right, story about some tragic feedback that I received many moons ago. So 10 years ago, I moved to Melbourne, and I was ready to build the empire again and start speaking and build up my speaking business. And I was speaking on social media marketing at the time. And so my friends ran this event. Every year they ran this event, and every year I did the event. And it is the most brutal event ever. Like, the feedback I always get, they tore me to shreds, these people, right? And I did it for about 7 or 8 years, constantly beating my head against the brick wall, because I knew that it would make me a better speaker. And I knew that when I train hard, when I'm out there on a stage and things go wrong, I can handle it. I can handle it. So I'm a big believer in training hard and really bulletproofing as best as I can. So this one event, there was a guy there, and he seemed like a really nice guy. And so I did my thing. I spoke for an hour, and afterwards he came up to me, and I noticed on his clipboard that he had a napkin and he had scribbled down some notes. So I said, how was my thing? Did you enjoy it? And he goes, oh, mate, I don't know where to start. And I said, well, start wherever you want to start. He goes, mate, you were the most atrocious speaker. I've never seen another worse speaker in my life. You were terrible. What you said, what you did, how you interacted with the audience, it was terrible. And I said, well, hang on, it can't be that bad. You made some notes there. And he goes, and then he picks up the napkin and he dangles it in front of me. He goes, no, these are for you. If you have coffee with me, I will tell you exactly what you did wrong. It's ridiculous. And I was like, all right, we'll stuff that. Anyway, the next day, I reached out to him, and I couldn't afford to burn the bridge. So I said to him, look, I noticed that you're a person who helps people. This is what I need help in. Thank you so much for the offer to coach me, but it's not my thing. I was wondering if you could introduce me to a couple of people in your network that might be willing to book me to speak. And he wrote back a big long essay about how crap I was. And then during that hour, I sort of joked with the audience. He took all of my jokes, condensed it into one paragraph, and he said, anyone reading that paragraph would think I'm an absolute jerk. And then he CC'd some other people in on this email. And then at the end, he said, I will not be recommending you to anyone because I have a reputation to keep up. And that took me out for 2 weeks. Like, I just wanted help, and this is how he was going to help me, And so that was rough. So, yeah. So I hope this tip serves you well. And And yeah, just go out there and make a difference in the world. All right, entrepreneurs, that's me done. Whatever happens in business and in life, I wish you nothing but success. Check out my video. It's pretty cool.